Howdy. Science alert. We may finally know why magnetic stimulation on the brain can ease depression. 28th of May 2023. Stimulating the brain with magnetic fields can help relieve the symptoms of depression in some people, but scientists haven't been sure precisely why it works. A new study offers some insight. The process reverses brain signals going in the wrong direction. These neural streams of activity going in the wrong direction could also be used as a way of diagnosing depression in the future, according to the team behind the study. Officially known as transcranial magnetic stimulation (TMS), the treatment is non-invasive, can be personalized to each patient, and has received regulatory approval. So, if it gets regulatory approval, it might be really working. You know? Because it takes a lot. There's also, or I know there's like this kind of medicines which have many side effects and stuff. They're also approved for whatever reasons. But anyway, finding out exactly how it works should enable further improvements in TMS. The leading hypothesis has been that TMS could range the flow of neural activity in the brain, says psychiatrist and behavioral scientist Anish Mitra from Stanford University, California. But to be honest, I was pretty skeptical. I wanted to test it. To do that, the researchers deployed a special mathematical approach to analyzing functional magnetic resonance imaging fMRI scans, which showed precise timings of brain activity. Timings that also revealed the direction of neural signals. The study involved patients diagnosed with treatment-resistant major depressive disorder in one part. 10 were given Stanford neuromodulation therapy, a type of TMS, and another 10 were given placebo-style treatment, mimicking SNT without any actual magnetic stimulation. Brain scans of all participants with depression were also compared to scans of 102 healthy controls without a depression diagnosis, enabling to researchers to see the differences. 16 of those healthy controls were scanned using a different scanner from the other 85 with a different scan parameters. One area stood out: the anterior insula, a part of the brain known to take biological signals from the body, like heart rate, and send signals to a part of the brain involved in processing emotions, the cingulate cortex. Yeah, there's pictures. In 3/4 of those with depression, the signals went the other way from the emotional processing region back to the anterior insula. What's more, the higher the level of depression, the more signals were sent the wrong way. What we saw is that who's the sender and who's the receiver in the relationship seems to really matter in terms of whether someone is depressed, says Mitra. It's almost if you'd already decided how you were going to feel, and then everything you were sensing was filtered through that. The mood has become primary. You know, if you are able to think about the good things, if you are able to recognize the good things, if you are able to see the good things, you really have to get a grab on that. Because for most people, if there's something good happen, it's basically normal. Or like there could be something especially good, so to say, happening. Like you win the lottery. Yeah, I think it's a big thing for many. It would be a big thing for me. I could build a plasma lab. Anyway, but if you don't see the small, the good, the beauty in almost all the things, you really have to think about that. Because then you have to start seeing again, recognizing again things as they are. Because if your basic mood is like whatever, if you see something and you just point out the bad things on that, You are not in an equilibrium. No way. You might run on low frequency, or as here, backward frequency. If you are, or if a human is able to manifest the bad in depression, then it's also possible to manifest the good. I know most often the bad is just so much more and so much heavier than the good. It feels often that the bad is here to remain and the good just comes and it goes away. There was just a small glimpse of the good, but the bad remains, you know. The baseline is the bad, and every now and then something good happens. But I think it's not like that. And I know I have been depressed. I know what I'm talking about. Making all these kind of videos and thinking about stuff and learning so many things all the time and getting aware of so many things, seeing stuff, and even sharing and even talk to whoever is listening to that. Yeah. Feeding the good wolves, it's a decision. Everybody has to make. But anyway, that fits with what we know about depression. Typically, pleasurable activities reported by the anterior insula are overridden by dominating signals from the part of the brain that sets our mood rather than it working on the other direction. Yeah, I haven't read this yet. In the majority of patients with depression, a week of treatment with SNT was enough to get the brain signals traveling in the correct direction again. It confirms previous results showing the potential of this particular treatment. While this haywire brain activity won't be present in everyone with depression, the researchers say it could help identify people for whom SNT would be helpful. Further analysis might reveal more about how brain signaling changes in people with depression. We don't know just how permanent this brain signal fix might be, and the team wants to test it out on a larger group of people. However, it's an important insight into how depression affects the brain's wiring, made possibly by analyzing scans in more detail than ever before. Behavioral conditions like depression have been difficult to capture with imaging because, unlike an obvious brain lesion, they deal with the subtlety of relationships between various parts of the brain, says neurologist Marcus Reichle from Washington University in St. Louis in Missouri. It's incredibly promising that the technology now is approaching the complexity of the problems we're trying to understand. If you are living in a city, you might have to think also about things like 5G networks and all these other kinds of things. Yeah, maybe it sounds crazy, but it's electromagnetic energy and frequencies, waves, fields in which where you are moving through different kinds of charged areas. You know, our thoughts are just electromagnetic impulses interpreted by our brain. So now let's check out some other stuff I was thinking about. NOAA predicts a near normal 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. El Nino above average Atlantic Ocean temperatures set the stage. NOAA forecasters with the Climate Prediction Center, a division of the National Weather Service, predict near normal hurricane activity in the Atlantic this year. NOAA's outlook for the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season, which goes from June 1st to November 30th, predict a 40% chance of a near normal season, a 30% chance of an above normal season, and a 30% chance of a below normal season. In other words, they have no clue. You know, it could have been 33.3333 for every one of them, for all of these. Near normal, above normal, below, you know. So I went to Windy. And the hurricanes, usually they start somewhere here. They travel all across to the Gulf of Mexico and create damage. So that's the direction of the hurricanes. If there's a lot of dust coming from the Sahara or something, hurricanes might not form. But we need the main direction of the weather systems in order to reach the Americas, which would be this way. Here. Now let's watch how the clouds are moving. They are moving in this direction. Also, they are moving in this direction. So it seems in order to get any hurricane to America, we have to see a very big shift in the overall weather pattern. Otherwise, there won't be any hurricane. And I've been watching this for now several months because this is more and more increasing that we have some kind of cloud cover here going in this direction. Don't know much about it, haven't made any research or whatsoever, just sitting here and watching it every now and then. But as far as now, there is no danger for any hurricane. This doesn't mean that there couldn't be any bad weather in the Gulf of Mexico, but it won't be a hurricane which originated off the coast of Africa. But anyway, need to do some stuff now. Thanks. Bye.